I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Trey.
And we're Newlyweds. Okay, Snuggles, you have to leave.
Why? Oh, I have to leave?
Yeah.
Now? Okay. Alright, see ya.
Okay, so the question is, in my favorite sex fantasy, my partner would be a blank and I would be a blank. So I'm going to go ahead and write my answer. And I'm going to say that my partner would be a vampire. And that's because I love the Twilight books. As a matter of fact, I have them all right here. And I'm going to say that I would be Belle, who's also a character in the story. And that's who the vampire really likes. Okay, Trey, you can come out. Hi, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Okay.
Complete this thought. In my favorite sex fantasy, my partner would be a blank and I would be a blank.
So I'm guessing what you put?
Correct.
Yours favorite. In your fantasy, I would be a policeman, and you would be a damsel in distress.
What?
Not right?
Where did you get that?
I don't. That's not right. Well, you like men in uniform.
I said you would be a vampire and I would be Belle.
I forgot you like the Twilight books.
Okay.
What else? I mean, it's still good fantasy.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to tell you about how we met because we think that that's a pretty neat story. And we met several years ago for the first time when our cousins were getting married. That sounds a little odd. My cousin was marrying his cousin, and I was a bridesmaid, and he was a groomsman. No relation, I promise. And I had lived in Vegas at the time, and I flew out from Vegas, came down for the wedding to Maryland, and we were both in all the festivities, rehearsal dinner, and everything else that goes along with a wedding. And so we met that day, but I don't really remember, and neither does he. So I flew back home to Vegas and went on with my life. And a couple years later, they had their first son, Winston. And my cousin Kim called me up and asked me if I wanted to be the godmother. And his cousin Bo called him up and asked him if he wanted to be the godfather. And we both said yes. So I flew back out to Maryland. We baptized our godson, Winston. We talked a little bit more that day, kind of knew who each other was, our names and things. And when it was all over, I flew back to Vegas again. And about a year later, I just didn't feel, I just didn't love Vegas anymore, and I really wanted to move. So I decided that I was either going to move to Maryland or back to my hometown of Ohio. So I called up my cousin and just kind of expressed my feelings to her, and she said, well, why don't you move to Maryland and give it a try? So I packed all my stuff up, I moved to Maryland, and the next day, he thinks it was because of him, but it was not. The next day, he came over to Kim's house and he asked me out on a date, and we pretty much were together every single day, and here we are now, 3.5 years later, married. So, and we're very close with our godson still. He's going to be 5 actually next week or in a couple weeks, and we see him all the time. So, we would love to be on the Newlywed show. Why, Snuggles?
Well, we love games in general, board games, any kind of games you can play, really. And
oh yeah, he asked me to marry him on a Scrabble board.
Yes,
so.
my proposal was on a Scrabble board, actually. So, but the Newlywed Game is one of the classic game shows that we feel. We would just love to be a part of that history and to go have a new experience together as a newlywed couple, you know, on a nationwide game show. So, hopefully it'll happen.
So we hope that you pick us. Thank you.
Thank you.